Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Bill's place, Finn tells Grace she owes Liam the truth about his brain cancer. Liam and Hope assume it's back. Grace gulps. There is no cancer. There is no tumor. Hope and Liam laugh with relief. You really are a miracle worker, Liam tells her. Liam continues to sing Grace's praises and Hope goes on. They literally say they're piling it on thick. Finn finally interrupts and asks Liam to hear Grace out while she tells him exactly what happened with his brain tumor. In Forrester's design office, Katie and Bill discuss the gravity of him nearly losing his son. Bill says what Grace Buckingham pulled off was miraculous, worth every dollar. All 1 million of them. Katie frowns. The circumstances are a bit strange considering Liam was still recovering from a gunshot wound. Bill maintains that Grace snatched Liam from the jaws of death. She's a saint. Bill tells Katie he finally has his priorities straight, thanks to nearly losing his child. He regrets how he's treated Liam and feels he acted like a tyrant. Katie says it's different now that he has a second chance with him. Bill once again credits Grace Buckingham. He regrets getting Luna out of prison and owes Grace much more than $1 million. At that very moment, at Bill's house, Grace tells Liam and Hope that she did something. She blurts that she changed the scans. Liam gawps. What are you saying? Grace blurts that the mass was never there. She made it look like he had a cancerous tumor, but he didn't. Liam can't understand this. He had all the symptoms of brain cancer. Grace repeats that there was no tumor. Hope says, but you operated. Grace says she made it look like she did. Liam lets out a nervous laugh. He has the stitches on his head. Grace tells him she gave him a prescription to give him symptoms so that she could cure him. As Liam asks why she would do that, Hope fumes that she can think of why. 1 million reasons. Suddenly, Liam lunges at Buckingham as Finn jumps in between them. Liam rages, you put me through hell, and my family, for months. Grace sobs, I am sorry. Finn recaps what Grace did and Liam rips into her anew. She begs to explain. Hope screams, we don't want to hear you explain. She tells her she's as bad as her ex-husband. Grace tells them she's not. The bookies wanted the money from Reese, but they couldn't get it because he's in jail, so they came after her and her daughters. Liam says it's still extortion. She passed herself off as a god. Hope walks over to Grace and gets her a good old soap slap. You are sick, she growls. Liam tells Grace it doesn't matter how sorry she is or how scared she was. She robbed him and his family of months of their lives. Grace will turn herself in as she'll be haunted by this for the rest of her life. Finn says he'll take her to the police station. Once alone, Hope heaves out emotion and weeps for what Liam went through, holding him close. In Lee's office, Sheila wonders what's up with all the meds that fell out of her handbag. She also wants to know the location of Luna's remains. Lee scoffs at Sheila wanting to see her granddaughter. Sheila protests that she wants to pay her respects. Lee has no time for this and walks out. Once alone, Sheila finds one of the meds on the floor and looks thoughtful. At home, Lee is tending to Luna when a knock comes at the door. A voice calls out, delivery. Lee opens the door, and Sheila jams her foot in when she tries to slam it on her. Sheila gasps about her toes, and then intones. I know what you're doing, Lee. I know what you're up to. Sheila insists she knows Lee's secret. She pulls out the drug she left behind and tells her she's obviously grieving more than she thought if she's turned to this. Lee hisses, I'm not doing drugs, Sheila, and tries to get rid of her. Sheila pretends she's going to leave and then pushes her way into the house. What is going on, Lee grits. Get out, Sheila. But as we all know, that won't work. Sheila rips back the curtain and sees Luna in the bed. She cries, Luna, she's alive. My granddaughter is alive. The tension in the Forrester mansion was thick enough to cut with a knife. A storm was brewing, and no one knew it better than Grace and Sheila. What started as a quiet afternoon of secrets quietly unraveling was about to explode into a full-blown chaos that would shake everyone to their core. The calm before the confession. Grace was sitting nervously in the guest room, fidgeting with the delicate lace of her blouse. Her heart pounded so hard she thought it might betray her before she got the chance to speak. She had held on to this secret for too long, but the weight was unbearable. Liam had been acting strange lately, distant, conflicted, like a man grappling with the impossible. And Grace knew why. She had to come clean. Over in the main living room, Sheila paced like a caged tiger, her sharp eyes darting around the room. She had been suspicious of Grace since the day she stepped into their lives with that sweet, seemingly innocent smile. Sheila's instincts screamed that Grace wasn't as harmless as she appeared. But she had no proof. Until now, earlier that day, Sheila had stumbled upon something that would change everything. Sheila's shocking discovery. Sheila had been snooping around the Forrester estate, as usual, when a faint glow from Liam's phone screen caught her eye. She had always known Liam was hiding something, but this was more than she expected. Curiosity and malice mixed perfectly in her mind as she grabbed the phone, quickly swiping to read a string of text messages between Liam and Grace. The words hit her like a punch to the gut. "Grace, I don't know how to tell you this, but the doctor's diagnosis isn't real. They're keeping it a secret from everyone. I'm not dying." Sheila's eyes widened. Liam wasn't sick. Then what was going on? Her fingers raced through the conversation, uncovering a hidden plan between Liam and Grace. A plan to fake Liam's terminal illness. It was all a lie, a complicated ruse to manipulate those around them. The implications were staggering. If the truth came out, it would shatter relationships, destroy trust, and unravel the delicate balance at Forrester. But Sheila's mind was already racing ahead. This was her opportunity to turn the tables, to get what she wanted. Grace's confession, the moment of truth. Back in the guest room, Grace took a deep breath and finally dialed Sheila's number. She knew Sheila had found out something, she could feel it, and she needed to get ahead of the fallout. Sheila answered with a sharp, almost predatory tone. "I know everything, Grace, or at least most of it," Sheila hissed. "Why don't you save us both the trouble and just confess?" Grace's throat went dry. She knew this was it. The moment she had dreaded and yet somehow expected. I did it. Liam and I made the decision together," Grace confessed, voice trembling. "Liam isn't really sick. The doctors were involved. It was all to protect him from some deeper threats. Threats from Bill and others who want to ruin him." Sheila's smile was cold and wicked. "Protect him. Or protect yourself. Because what I see is a web of lies, and I intend to unravel every single thread." The fallout explodes. News of Grace's confession spread like wildfire through the Forrester family. It wasn't long before Liam himself was cornered by his wife Steffi and the ever-watchful Brooke. "Why, Liam? Why didn't you tell us?" Steffi's voice cracked with betrayal. Brooke's eyes flashed with anger and pain. "This isn't just about you, Liam. You dragged everyone into your lies. Grace lied to us all." Liam's guilt was almost unbearable. He had thought he was protecting everyone, but he had only created a ticking time bomb. Meanwhile, Sheila was already using the information to her advantage. She walked into Forrester Creations like a queen victorious, her every step a calculated move in a larger game. "I knew there was more to Grace than meets the eye," Sheila whispered to herself, the gears turning. "And now that secret is my weapon." Sheila's dangerous gambit. Sheila wasted no time confronting Grace directly in a tense and dramatic showdown in the Forrester boardroom. The tension was palpable as the two women faced off. "You think your little secret will save you?" Sheila sneered. "I have my own secrets, Grace, and once I expose them, your whole world will collapse." Grace stood her ground, but the cracks were showing. Sheila pulled out a folder. Inside were photos and documents revealing another secret. A hidden connection between Grace and a shadowy figure who had been manipulating Forrester behind the scenes. "You're not just a liar, Grace. You're a pawn, Sheila spat. And I'm done being the victim. Liam's emotional breakdown. Meanwhile, Liam was struggling with the consequences of the revelation. His relationship with Steffi was on the rocks, and Bill was circling like a shark, ready to exploit every weakness. In a moment of raw vulnerability, Liam broke down in Finn's arms, confessing everything. I thought I was doing the right thing, Liam whispered. But now I don't know if anything will ever be the same. Finn, the steadfast rock, vowed to stand by Liam, but the fractures were deep and the stakes higher than ever. Brooke and Ridge take sides. The Forrester family was torn apart as Brooke confronted Ridge about what had happened. Why didn't you stop this, Ridge? Brooke demanded. Why did you let Liam and Grace spin this web of deceit? Ridge was torn, his loyalty to Liam conflicting with his instincts to protect the family. This isn't just Liam's fault, Ridge admitted grimly. We all have blood on our hands. Sheila's plan was only beginning. Armed with the truth about Grace and Liam's scheme, and the explosive new secrets she uncovered, she set her sights on Forrester Creations itself. At a tense shareholders meeting, Sheila made her move, threatening to reveal everything if she wasn't given a seat on the board. The room fell silent as Sheila unleashed her bombshell, proof that Grace had colluded with a corporate saboteur to manipulate the company's stock and financial standing. The boardroom erupted into chaos, with accusations flying and alliances breaking down. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFULL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.